What's up, geniuses? It's Sam Kohl here from the Genius Bar Podcast. We just want to start off with a quick mention of HelloFresh, who we love, who sponsored the top of this show. Listen, you guys can get 16 free meals, 3 free gifts, and free shipping, which I can barely comprehend. If you go over to HelloFresh.com/genius16, you guys can get started today. John and I, we absolutely love these guys, and I hear you need food to survive, so it's probably a good idea to sign up. All right, now to the show. And then we bullied the guy 2 weeks ago. I've had a rough streak. Last week was fine.
Who did you bully?
Apple explained.
It's just we have already apologized for it. It was a bad call.
The stuff that creators might feel behind the scenes that you shouldn't say out loud.
Yeah.
We might have done an episode where we said those things out loud and then regretted it.
It was a bad call.
So we had to apologize last week. Basically, you're coming in at the right time. We were just on the brink of cancellation. So
good. Aren't you always on the brink of cancellation?
That's true. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think that's my understanding.
You're going to come in and save us and put us on the upswing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I don't get canceled because I have a stronger juice tonight.
That's fine. Oh shit, we're getting crazy,
dude. Yeah, I want to. We should just start. I have losing my mind.
Hey, my name's John Leachy, rhymes with Peachy. Thanks for coming. We have Sara Dietschy on the show today, everybody. I tried. That's the best you're gonna get. That's the best intro you're gonna get.
That was great. I'll take it.
Yeah. I had to incorporate that somehow. There's no way. No, Sam. No.
That is such an aggressive sound effect.
It is, isn't it?
That's the most awful sound effect I've ever heard.
Okay.
Sam's intros.
Worst.
Everybody laughs. Better. Everybody's happy. John's intros.
Okay,
Sara
Sam.
Dietschy's on the show.
Sara Dietschy, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Sara Dietschy.
Thank you. I like that.
Dude, this is awesome. Sara, welcome to Genius Bar. Do you feel like a genius?
I do. I'm kind of scared.
Why?
Just our first impression, that 10-minute intro. I don't think it prepared me for what lies ahead, but I'm excited.
Yeah. You shouldn't be. Sam really, this is all just, he lured you in and now you're stuck with us for like an hour and it's going to be awful for you.
Yeah.
Well, it's always so exciting when I see somebody that like I follow that's like a big creator also follows me. Like I'm waiting on the day Marquez follows me back and it hasn't happened yet, but I'm manifesting it in 2021. But I think Sara, or 2022, I think Sarah's followed me for at least a couple months because I remember, I don't know, maybe we talked about something crypto-wise once or like there's some tweet and then I was like, whoa, Sara follows me. That's really cool. Cause like, I remember Sara, you from I remember your breakout. I would consider this your breakout video. I don't know if you do the same, but when you did that, like how to vlog like Casey Neistat video,
mm-hmm.
I mean that
was the video.
Do you,
it's so
do
funny.
You hate it? That's
I don't
the video.
Hate it, but it is so funny because people say it like that. They go, I don't know if this was your video, and they'll kind of vamp for a little bit, and I'll just be like, the Casey video? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Casey
Can we
video?
just get to that part?
But no, I mean, I love it because that was the start of so much. I just recently had my 10-year video anniversary, 10-year YouTube anniversary. So my first video was actually in September of 2011. I started in music, so it was like a guitar pedal review. I was selling like a guitar pedal, and I was like, oh, YouTube, people will search this, right? Or not even that. I used it as an unlisted video first, and then I made it public because, people were watching it from thegearpage.net. And that started it all. But I didn't take it seriously until 2015. And then 2016 is when I went full-time YouTube after that video. So I dropped out of college before that video with only 4,000 YouTube subscribers. So in hindsight,
that's a crazy cool risk though.
Yeah. But, in the moment I was like, well, this is the only thing that I can do. Screw my computer science degree.
That's the way to do it.
Computer science. That's probably why I'd probably drop out if I was doing CS.
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly hard.
Mine is not nearly as cool. I was in high school and stuff. I didn't even take the test I would need to go to college because I was like, I'm going to be my own boss. Sara, I had no idea what I was going to do. I was just, so this could have not worked at all. And I was working at a convenience store and I won like $2,500 in the lottery playing because no one came to the store. I just worked there and
is that
sat there.
considered like insider trading?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
It was the lottery. It's United States.
Scratched them all off until we found the winning
one.
What a
coincidence. But seriously, nobody worked there. So I would bet $20 and win like a couple hundred. And
Whoa.
Ended up with 2,500. Quit my job and bought a bunch of cameras and stuff. And was like, this will work. It didn't work until like last week, so it's been the struggle's been real. I haven't started taking it seriously yet.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of it's funny you say that, because recently I came to myself and I was like, Sarah, you got to take this seriously. You got to like treat this as your full-time job, because I think when you try to do something creative, you have it in the back of your head, this isn't a real job. So I'm going to have these side hustles here. I'm going to open up this business and this. And then you kind of have to step back and be like, okay, you make good money. Can you just focus on one thing? I don't know if you guys are like this, but up until fall of this year, I swear I've had like so many side hustles, because I'm like, YouTube is the stepping stone. But recently I was like, no, Sarah, treat YouTube like the thing, right?
Yeah, right.
This is an interesting idea. I struggle with my future every day of like what I really want to do.
Sam has a bad week on YouTube and then comes on the podcast and goes, oh, I don't know, I think it's the end. I gotta start applying places, man. It's rough.
Yes. No, relatable.
Yeah, like no,
a
I know
9
what
out
you're
of 10,
saying,
a 10 out of 10. You're like, oh, this is over. Goodbye, cruel world.
Yeah, it's over. Career ended.
Yeah. No, I think that's cool though that you're gonna focus more on YouTube. I mean, I feel like I feel like you're very right in saying that YouTube is just this great opportunity, and to not basically maximize like what you're doing on that platform is probably a silly thing. Like I know there's sometimes that I don't maximize, and you know, like that, like you said, that could be the thing, and that really should be the thing, because that's where the audience is primarily. And I mean, they deserve it
for that to be your thing. Like you don't have to. There's the pressure is gone from the grandparents or the parents where YouTube isn't a thing. You don't have to prove it to them. You can, there's so many examples now, and there's so many, just if you're doing it like, hey, I got paid by X this amount of money. And then they're like, oh, okay, wait, you have an employee? Wait, you have like, yeah. So I think it's the hardest to like prove it to yourself. And that's what the pandemic, I feel like, has like taught me, because those highs and lows, the lows I feel like got way harder, right? Like, what am I doing with my life? That's me like every other day. Especially my fiance, John, who's also a YouTuber. When there's 2 YouTubers in the house, it's spiral. It's just a weekly spiral of like, what are we doing? Blah, blah, blah. So it's nice to be in a place where it's like, okay, chill. Just treat this as your job. Right? Think about a title and thumbnail. So when you put out the video, you tried the best and you can move on. If it's a 9 out of 10, you want to kill yourself.
Exactly. Oh, stay tuned for next episode where we reveal the secret to how to not want to die.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, everybody's listening.
Sponsored by BetterHelp.
Yeah, you're right.
Are they a sponsor today? That would have been such a good segue.
I know. But you know what it is sponsored by, John?
No, Sam, don't do it.
Because YouTube can get real sad.
It can get real sad, yeah.
And sometimes you need real toilet paper to dry up those tears.
I was going to say, what segue is this if it's not BetterHelp? Go ahead.
Realpaper.com/genius. You guys get 30% off your first order. You guys know Real. They've been on the show before. Let me grab my toilet paper, John. Can you entertain them for just a second, please?
Sure. I'll just let Sam... Oh, I thought you had to literally run to the bathroom to grab the toilet paper. You just ditched me during an ad read.
No, I literally just have a roll of toilet paper sitting on my floor for the podcast.
That's how
much I love real toilet paper.
I don't want to like draw the distinction, the whole like toilet squad thing. I don't want to say that's why they're here, but they are some of the best toilet paper and sustainable, right? It's bamboo, and something I learned: bamboo grows like it's grass. You just chop, make toilet paper. It's not like you cut down a tree to make toilet paper, and we all have less oxygen.
Yeah, no, it's like you know how you mow your lawn. Essentially, you just take this like bamboo. And it comes back, and then you cut it again, and then you turn it into toilet paper, and it's I don't know, it's just a cool product. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I poop sometimes, and I don't like to. What do they call it? Like groundhogging it when you don't wipe at all? Is there a word for that? Like,
she's never coming back on. This is it.
If they can't see her, she's not here for the ad.
Okay. We can hear her losing it in the back though.
Okay. No, real is super cool. I didn't
Would you
think
call
I would
it
ever care.
Really cool?
I would call it realpaper.com/genius, John. No, it's cool. I never thought I would actually care, but it's like 100% bamboo, zero plastic, no inks or dyes, and it's fully biodegradable.
And you can sign up for a subscription. So there's always that time where I used all the toilet paper already and I have to go to the store, but I don't find out until after the act has happened. And then I'm sitting on the toilet being like, this is it. I might as well just burn the house down and move away because this is the worst situation to be in. Realpaper.com/genius. You'll always have toilet paper and you get 30% off your first order. Again, that's realpaper.com/genius. That's REEL, by the way.
Real Paper, and they ship it to your door. Thank you, Real Paper.
Okay. Thank you for sponsoring.
And we're back with Sara Dietschy.
And we're back.
Sarah,
I have one question.
You're just hanging out?
Okay. Oh, no. I'm afraid of the question. Go ahead.
She's our guest. We have to answer questions.
What is my cut from Real Paper?
30% that the audience is saving, I heard they give it to you. It goes to you.
Okay, I'll have my people reach out to your people.
Yeah,
okay?
It goes straight to you.
See, this is like the difference between like the Sarah and A/S tier. I'll give her S tier. You know, she deserves it. Versus, and I say A/S because like John and I go between like F and D. Like I've never passed F. John definitely gets up to D. I think you've hit C before with like that iPhone 14 leak. But it's just really cool. She's like, you know, my people.
My
and like
people
I was
reach out to
looking
your
around
people.
for my people, but I didn't see.
We have people. That's how we got the ads.
Dude, I've never talked to another person. I literally sit in my house all day like this, and then I'm like, why am I single?
That's how you know we have people. We're not the ones doing the talking, Sam. The people are doing the talking.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. So this is an Apple show.
Yeah.
Sarah, what are your thoughts on Apple as a company? We should start there. Like maybe people don't know how you feel about Apple.
Okay.
Oh, man. I mean, this is a unique time to talk to me about it because
Why so?
With the release of the new MacBooks, I can confidently say I was right. I had 3 years, or not right, I was right, but also Apple, thank you. For 3 years, like my YouTube channel basically was just crapping on the MacBook, you know, the terrible touch bar, butterfly keyboard, no ports. It was the bane of my existence, you know, before I was kind of just like, okay, a creator making videos about what I want to make. And really the release of the 2016 MacBook Pro is what got me back kind of into the pure tech scene where I'm like, screw this vlogging. We need to talk about laptops because all of a sudden, for the first time ever, I found myself hating the MacBook Pro. That was always my option as a video creator. And I was looking now for other options in the Windows space. And now, you know, it got me over. I'm like pure Windows, but now I'm using a MacBook again for the first time in what, like 4 or 5 years, 5 years, which is insane.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I've primarily always been an iPhone user, but the release of the 2016 MacBook Pro was unlike anything I've ever seen. And the fact that people were still like using it, I was just so like disgusted by it. And the fact that they did it. They said, oh, we were wrong. And they gave us ports and they got rid of the touch bar. They got rid of that butterfly keyboard. They made it a little bit thicker. There's cooling. Literally, I have, you know, from 2017 to 2019, because they did improve, you know, some stuff with that 16-inch in 2019. I have a solid 3 years of just like shitting on the MacBook Pro. And it's so great to say, look, you know, everyone makes fun of them because they say, oh, Apple's the type of company to like take away and then put something back and then we all applaud them. But I'm like, dude, props to them because I feel like well, I wish they didn't take away all those things to begin with. Yeah, I'll say that. But I feel like it takes more to be like, yeah, guys, we're wrong. Here's everything back. And so now I'm like, okay, you can buy the MacBook again, and I won't be mad at you. Congrats, guys.
I feel like they did it on purpose to sabotage Intel. You notice that we got all the ports back with the new Apple Silicon, so it's just like, oh, wow, Apple gets it. They understand what we need. Thanks so much, Apple.
Exactly.
Screw you, Intel.
And what's so funny, go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay.
Okay.
One more thing is it's so funny to see it like basically with, you know, with these MacBooks, some of the Windows computers started to follow suit. Oh, if they're taking away things, we can take away things. And so with this new Dell Xps 13 Plus, I just made a video about it. And I was like, this is insane. Like, you know, they were thinking about this laptop, I'm sure, before the new MacBooks came out. So the fact that we're getting these XPSs with no headphone jack, No headphone jack in a laptop? Are you kidding me? So they're also like sabotaging some of these Windows manufacturers that are following Apple, and then Apple did the flipperoonie, and then everyone's like, oh crap, wait, what do we do?
Yeah.
You know?
And everyone is so far into that now that they have to release their machines for the next 2 years that have no stuff in it.
Yeah.
You know, ironically, that was the one thing we didn't lose was the headphone jack.
I know. Yeah. Well, that would have just been ridiculous. I mean, that would have been insane. Like you're telling me I would have to get a USB-C dongle for my headphones, or I would just have to go Bluetooth for everything. Like I would.
You can't edit over Bluetooth.
No, you can't do that.
No. Yeah, that's crazy though that you switched though, because I used it every day since 2016. That was not my main computer, but like I had a MacBook Pro since it came out. And I remember when I first saw it in 2016, I remember I had made a video when the touch bar had leaked. There was like, I think an image of the touch bar leaked in like a Mac OS beta. And I remember I made a video on it. And this was, I mean, I probably had 40,000 subs back then. And I remember the video got 100,000 views because it was like the day before the event in 2016. And then it came out and I was like, this is so cool. Like, this is the future. You know, this is the perfect touchscreen on a Mac
until you have to turn up your volume and then your touch bar freezes and you have to restart your computer just to adjust the volume.
Yeah. No, I hated the touch bar. And after like a year of like really, you know, like trying to love it, is like, man, I just don't enjoy this. And as soon as I saw that first rumor that the next laptop was going to remove the touch bar, I was like, please, if one thing happens, just give me that. And then, like they basically just fixed everything. I've not heard a single person like not like it.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, I don't know how you could not like it.
To me earlier. You know, come on, guys.
I know.
So it's basically the Sara Dietschy MacBook.
Yeah. Basically, it got me back. I mean, I say it has me back over, but you know, I used to travel so much, so laptops were a big part of my content. And with the pandemic, I just like stay at home, so I'm just on my like Origin PC all the time now. So, not Origin, Puget. I'm so sorry. Origin was my old one. Puget PC.
Aren't they based in Seattle?
Yeah.
Puget.
I have no idea. Actually,
I feel like they're
really
based
nice.
in Seattle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've talked to them too. They're cool.
Yeah, they're super cool. And yeah, so I do use the MacBook, but not as much as, you know, I was. I mean, from 2020 to 2016, I had that, you know, classic MacBook with all the ports and everything, and I built my entire like career that I now have on that thing. So I just felt so glued to that machine, and I took it personally. I literally felt betrayed. I was like, why would you do this?
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, John, did you were a PC user until what, 2020?
Yeah, but I was like, mine was like an irrational fear of not, because by the time I had, like when I started Front Page Tech, there was no chance I could afford a Mac anything. And so I was using a really terrible Windows PC that barely got the job done. And then by the time I was making enough money from Front Page Tech to buy new stuff, I was too scared because I was like, I have deadlines. I'm on this schedule. There's no way I could like relearn all this stuff this quickly. And so I just stayed away with it. It was just like, because I was in my comfort zone, didn't have to worry about anything else. And then sometime in 2020, my PC just blew up and didn't work. And so there was nowhere to get a PC with enough specs around me. There was like a Mac Mini at Best Buy. And so the M1 Mac Mini. And I think this was like the perfect time because I gave it a shot when the M1 systems came out. And that like completely changed, you know, how Macs handle stuff. And so I think that was perfect timing for me. I got that Mac Mini. I installed my Adobe stuff on it. I was like, what? This runs way better than my Windows PC did that was higher spec. And it's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. And I haven't looked back since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
You're making me realize I need to, because when I switched to PC, I made all these videos like switching from Mac to PC, and I did all these like tips and tricks and tutorials. And I'm like, this actually might be a good time to make the opposite video.
Yes.
You know, like if you're switching from PC to Mac, because I feel like so many people are doing that. I feel like I need to make that.
You should.
Take a brain, write that down. Hey, everybody, this is a Genius exclusive. Don't steal that idea.
Yes, I'll have
Sarah
it up
Dietschy's
by the
idea.
time this airs. Hopefully.
Which is tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Right?
Or tonight, because it's technically Tuesday, John. We're supposed to release on Tuesdays.
Gosh,
Will anyone watch it tonight, though? I feel like they won't.
Don't We always put it on at like 11.
No, there's no people up. Sam, they're all sleeping. We can't do it. Nobody's up at 11 p.m. Are you kidding?
Listen, the people, I just want you to know I fight for you guys every week. I'm always like, last week I was like, let's release earlier. And John's like, let's wait till tomorrow. Let's wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm like,
fuck
guys,
you,
I'm
Sam.
trying.
Tell you what,
I'm
it's going out. We'll see what happens.
No, we can wait till tomorrow now, but next time we'll do it my way.
Nope. Too bad.
The people's way. This is for the people, John.
This is the people's way? Okay.
Hey, you know what else the
I'm
people
curious.
love?
No.
Sara
They love
Dietschy.
Sara Dietschy. Yeah.
Oh, what does your mic say, by the way? What does that say?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay, I recorded an entire video with this mic backwards, and so now
What?
it says wrong side loser, and I couldn't figure it out, because if you have it this way, it kind of sounds like you're talking into the mic, but it's the wrong way.
Yeah, it's definitely the wrong way.
You know, versus this. So it's just neon that I can see if I have it turned backwards. But I'm now realizing that that's what you guys see, though. This
Yes.
is usually the mic I use for voiceovers and stuff. So
It sounds really good.
That is a great voice.
Also, your studio looks really good. Are you at home or in your studio?
thank you. Yeah, this is my home setup. So I did the whole thing working from home. So I had all the setup, I had all the lights done and all the things, and then I realized, oh, this is extremely hard. Two YouTubers living in like a 2-bedroom
in the same
condo.
house.
Yeah, and then so I have an office now. But with podcasts and stuff, it's much easier to do it here because I do have like the audio setup and the switcher and everything.
Yeah.
And I have that in the office too. But I'm like, I don't want to be in my creepy office at like 8 p.m. You know. So this is fun. It feels chill. You know.
Well, wait.
Yeah.
After our last ad read, there are no rules. So we'll tell you that now. There are no
Okay,
rules.
good.
We'll sit back, get crazy, whatever you're drinking, just keep
Good.
going.
I'll chug my drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Keep going. Hey, we have Apple News.
No, we don't.
Okay, next up, we are going to be talking about John Prosser. John,
Yeah.
tell us the intimate details of your life.
Well, I shit myself yesterday.
You need that
Oh.
real paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's
I wish
real-
I was joking. That's a story for another episode. It was pretty
buddy.
terrible.
No, actually, that will never be a story told because I don't, frankly, want to hear about that.
I told you, Sam.
I don't think anyone
Yeah,
does.
against my will. You're like,
I don't.
Guess what happened to me? And I was like,
You
if
asked
it has to
me.
do with-
You asshole.
if it
You
has
asked
to
me
do
what
with
happened
poo-poo.
yesterday.
I said if it has to do with poo-poo, I only want
No,
poo-poo.
you asked me what happened, and I was honest. It's an embarrassing
No,
story, but I was honest.
Let me give everybody context. This is what he texted me yesterday. So, John goes, well, we had a little bit of a mishap.
Oh, so this is the mishap you told me about.
And I said,
You deserve to know, Sarah. This is
Yeah.
where we're at, you know?
I said, this is the text. In case everybody doesn't believe me here, like, can we dox
Did I
him?
get doxxed? Okay.
We had a little bit of a mishap, and then cry face emoji. But you see, guys, he didn't tell me what his little mishap was.
Until recently.
He had a little oopsie. He needed his real paper.
I tried something on the road trip that I shouldn't have tried. And
Is it something spicy or something?
no, you could call it spicy. And it started out fine, and then by the end, all right, it came out, you know. So it was not good, not good at all. All right, now that I've embarrassed myself in front of thousands of people,
Apple News.
yeah, Apple News, yay!
Sarah, do you think there's going to be an Apple event in the spring? What is your vibe?
Man, okay, so I am the opposite of you guys. I am so not forward looking. Like, I feel like I can barely handle the videos and the thing. Like, I'm the type of person that will put out a review like a month after a product is released. So for me, I'm like, cool, great. Like right now, I am focusing on like Samsung Unpacked because that's like the now, right? I feel like that's the most immediate. And then I would love an Apple event. Let's go, you know, but yeah, I'll cross that road when we get there. But I would love to see, I just, you know, I am now yay MacBook, team MacBook for the first time in so long. So any type of additional hardware that they're going to release in Macland, that does get me excited. And I'm almost even more excited also to, you know, test out these 12th gen Intel processors because they keep saying they're faster than the M1 Max. So I really feel like there's like so much competition now, which is really exciting, that I feel like we're going to have a good year of some healthy competition.
Yes, I'm very excited. And this Apple event, Sarah, believe it or not, and the people.
Tell me what it's,
you might know this
tell me
as
what's
well.
happening.
Well, we hear from leaker Dylan DKT. He's apparently revealed everything. Dude's been sharing a lot. And yeah, I mean, apparently not only is Apple going to have a crazy year, like Gurman was saying, it's going to be the busiest year for Apple products this fall ever, like the most releases in the fall time in their history. I was like, okay, that sounds like fun for my ad revenue and for me like covering Apple products. But no, the spring event is apparently going to be like 4 things. 3 probably, but also 4. We got redesigned Mac Mini.
Yeah, real quick, Sarah, you were talking about making new videos about switching from Windows PC to Mac. It'd be a good time to do that before April.
Yep.
True. So we got
right around that
Mac
April
Mini.
time frame. Just start spitting those videos out and see what happens.
Good.
John, do you know you leaked that Mac Mini like almost a year ago?
Did I?
The one with all the ports?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the glass top. It kind of looks reminiscent of like the mid 2000s one, which was my first Mac ever. So I'm like, I'm getting it. 100%.
We also leaked that the Mac Mini Pro, which is like just 3 Mac Minis stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, when's that coming though?
I don't know. Is it late this year? How's that working?
We haven't heard anything about a Mac Mini Pro. Are you talking about the Mac Pro Mini?
Yes. That. What, dude? What does it matter if the words are just on the opposite spot?
It does make a difference.
I like how I said it just the opposite. I just said it one
Mac
word off
Mini
and Sam went, I don't know what you're saying. What?
Because I'm thinking like a bigger Mac Mini, but
Yes.
then
Yes.
a Mac Pro Mini is a mini Mac Pro.
Yeah, exactly. These are 2 different things, dude. John's like,
Come on,
two
John.
are the worst.
Act like this is your job, John.
You two
Okay.
are the worst, okay?
We need you to take this seriously.
yeah, John. Well,
I
hey,
just need you guys to tell me what to make videos about, okay? What else is coming out in the spring?
Make it about a new Mac Mini.
Mac Mini, then potentially the new iMac. And there's a rumor, you were talking about Mac hardware, Sarah. There's a rumor that there's going to be a special configuration for the Mac. So like, Apple's going to put basically, we have the M1 Pro and the M1 Max and the MacBook Pros right now. The Mac Mini is said to get, again, M1 Pro, M1 Max. It's essentially going to be how like we got those chips in the fall and then they put it in another product in the spring, just like we got the M1 for the Mac Mini, MacBook Pro, MacBook Air at the end of 2020, and then they put it in the iMac in 2021. So this year they're going to do that for the Mac Mini, and they're also going to do the same thing, M1 Pro, M1 Max inside of a redesigned 27-inch iMac with mini LED, 120 hertz, new design.
Nice. Yep.
HDMI port. It's going to be wonderful. But apparently there's going to be a special like M1 Maxer chip. It's going to have 12 cores in the CPU versus 10.
I'm ready.
I'm
I mean, they're like so in a stride right now. And then you look at percentages and you realize there's still so many people, of course, the price difference. But I don't know, Windows laptops and computers are getting so expensive that I feel like there's a real opportunity here for Mac to actually expand, like in a drastic way.
Right. And for what
Like
you're getting,
whenever
I feel like the prices aren't that crazy anymore like they used to be.
No, they're not. They're actually not. That's I don't know. I looked the other day, I was like, I reviewed these ThinkPads and I really enjoyed the Nano, which is like the most light 13-inch Windows laptop I've ever used. And it actually makes a difference when you're carrying it. You're like, wow, I would bring this with me everywhere. It doesn't even feel like a laptop. So I just went to their website. I was like, oh, I want to buy one. It's probably like $1,500 or $1,700, right? And it's like over $2,500. And apparently Lenovo just does a lot of sales. So basically they put it at a bonkers price on their website. And, the occasional person will go there and spec it out and buy it. But apparently you just have to wait to get a good discount on it. And they do so much like B2B sales too, that, so many people just have ThinkPads at, their big corporate jobs. So they do so many of those discounts when, a company goes and says, I want 1,000 ThinkPads because they're easy to service. So as like an individual consumer, I find that a little annoying because there are still so many good laptops, but they've gotten so expensive over in Windows land. They've gotten cocky now. And I'm like, ooh, this is what I love.
Well,
it's the good thing about capitalism,
Since speaking of capitalism and expensive stuff, how are you going to buy a StinkPad? Probably
StinkPad. Who?
Probably, Sam. Would you say you would have to look into Capital One?
Oh wow! What a smooth
if it's that expensive.
Wow.
You're welcome, everybody. I will be here all week.
I'll give you the clap for that one, buddy.
Thank
Proud of
you. I'm the king of segues.
Like you own Segway?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
okay.
a bad
Shoot,
joke, Sam. You got it.
Hey, you're
Step
not
it up for
I'm glad that
Capital
I'm
One.
not the only one that has to say it. Even Sarah, like off screen, was like, "That was terrible."
I'll so I'm the bad guy now. Hey, you know who's going to be a good guy?
Even though you're a bad
You get
guy,
Capital One.
even though you're a bad guy, Sam, you still deserve better banking. All right, that means easier access to your money, more security, and that's why Capital One is investing in machine learning.
What?
Hang on. I have to come back to Sarah. Sorry,
edit all
Capital
this
One,
out.
but what just happened? Did you just spill your drink everywhere?
No, yeah, I'm getting a little deep into this, so you guys got to finish your sponsors.
Okay.
But, how is Capital One using machine learning?
If you need
I'm
more,
interested.
Sarah.
if you need more during the ad, you can pour yourself more.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
No, please tell me
Well,
more.
Sarah, machine learning allows Capital to do one thing, like fight fraud with random forests. No, these aren't little trees that have knives. These are models that quickly detect suspicious activity. Now, that was a good joke. I got a
That
laugh
was
at
okay.
one.
That was
these
all
are
right.
these are
I will allow
these are
it.
models that detect suspicious activity and make it faster to alert federal investigators. And I don't know about you, John, but whenever somebody would get my money, I would want basically these trees with knives, aka federal investigators, to go get them. And this is a Capital One thing that they're doing. They also identify mobile app outages. John, have you ever tried to access your bank?
Oh,
And it's like
dude,
down?
I had a situation last week or 2 weeks ago where from 8 a.m. to like 1 p.m., gone, just down. And it was the absolute worst. It is unacceptable. If, number
It
one,
is.
to be out at all, but especially for those many hours. Capital One, not that way.
Yeah, because Capital One keeps their mobile app up and running. And it doesn't happen by accident, John. They're using these casual models of machine learning to optimize everything so you always got your money, okay? Because it's Capital One. It's what's in your wallet, right? You can't know if it's down. They also help you speed up online shopping with machine learning at the edge. This makes shopping this is interesting. Virtual card numbers smoother and more secure. The technology is based on logistic regression models.
Yep,
John,
I know
if
what that
I'm qualified
means.
to say that phrase, but a logistic regression model and running inference in the browser. Man, I'm like really having to alliterate what I'm saying here because I'm a machine learning boy now. It's a great service. I have had a bad experience with my bank. I guess I'm not supposed to say their name and disparage a competitor, but it was not Capital One that was
Rules.
bad. And then the Capital One was good. So I like the Capital One.
So go to Capital One.
Listen,
Go to CapitalOne.com.
please.
Sam, what's in your wallet?
Yeah. What? Capital One. Capital
One.
Capital.
Yes. Capital One, everybody. Yes.
Oh, man.
You remember that bad joke you told a second ago?
Yeah.
You are redeemed.
Oh,
That was great.
Thank you.
Capital One.
you. I'm so
Thank you for
happy.
sponsoring this
Capital One.
episode, Capital One.
But that is CAPITALONE.com.
All right.
Okay, guys, we need a post ad moment here.
Go ahead.
Some inside baseball, if you will,
Go ahead.
for the audience.
Ooh.
I
no.
find it so funny. This is the first podcast I've ever come on where you actually do the ads with the guests.
Well, what do you want? Sarah, what do you want us to do? What would you prefer? Do you want us to do
usually,
the
you do a segue. You're like, wow, yep, and after the break, and then we
But that
continue our
you see, that's
conversation.
work, Sarah.
So
That's work.
this is I will say this is a different podcast experience. So
That's what
thank you.
That's what you're here for.
Thank you for
Listen,
this
we
unique
tried it a
podcast
couple weeks ago.
experience.
Yeah.
So listen,
Yeah.
yours is actually pretty good because a few weeks ago we were doing the ads with the guest on the screen like this, and then they just sat there while Sam and I read the ads, and people complained about that. So then we
People were
tried
like-
it that way. We tried
like
it.
for the first time in his life, Brian Tong is aging on camera. Just sitting in the middle
Pretty
of these
terrible.
ads.
So I will say though, there could be some liability issues though. What if I was sponsored by Bank XYZ and you have me on here, listening to a Capital One ad,
But wouldn't it be the
It's like-
same thing if you're on the episode and we cut away anyway?
No, I feel like it would be a little bit more separated.
No.
I'm good, but I'm
Are you
warning
sponsored
you,
by any other bank?
I'm sponsored by Bitcoin.
Wait, actually?
No,
Oh, I was like, dude, how do I get the Bitcoin sponsorship? That's like,
there is
dude,
no.
decentralize me, daddy. Like,
I am
No.
sponsored by the blockchain.
Yeah, we tried, Sarah, to do the whole like okay, we're going to take a break now and go to the ad. And that was terrible. It was so like it ruined the show and the flow of the show. And I think the audience, like Sam and I are awkward as it is. And us being able to awkwardly segue into an ad is like the meat and potatoes.
Oh, totally.
Well, what happened is we recorded an entire episode, and Sarah, I don't know if you know much about Genius Bar, but John and I, we pour our heart and soul into the show every week. Like when we end, we are at 0. Yeah. We started 10,000. We just like the AirPod sound.
Yeah, I'm like halfway down my battery right now.
Comment down below if you guys just thought your AirPods were out of battery.
Okay.
So yeah, we tried it and we were just so tired that it took us like 25 minutes to record 3 ads.
Listen to us. We were so tired on our internet jobs, sitting and pitching this other company.
Dude, no, I'm validating ourselves. Dude.
We could do the ads before if we felt tired. That's not a good excuse.
I have this bad habit of when, I don't know if you guys do this, but when you're talking to somebody about what you do, like at least initially, I'll always make a joke. I'll be like, I have a YouTube channel. Like, what videos do you make? I'll be like, I'm a big old nerd who makes Apple videos. Like instead of just being like, I'm an Apple YouTuber. Like that is my identity. That is what I do. That's what I love. Like I wouldn't want to make YouTube about anything else. And I'll always make a joke about it. I'll never just straight up be like, I'm an internet boy, you know?
Sarah, okay.
Well, don't say that.
I have to ask this question. When someone asks you what now you can't sit there with an hour with them being like explaining exactly what it is.
I say YouTuber now because it's cool.
It works?
It wasn't cool when I started. Yeah, we had some painters in here the other day because we're renovating our place, and I think they saw all the equipment around. I didn't have a conversation with the painter person. And so the first day I came home and I was talking to him about something and he goes, do you make YouTube videos? And I was like, yeah. And I hadn't heard him like speak any English yet. So for him to just be like, oh, you make YouTube videos. And he just launched into it. And it's so interesting. No matter who I talk to, it's understood now. And it is so refreshing. And I was just like, heck yeah, check me out. I make, make tech videos. Please check me out. So it's actually fun. It's not as hard as, back in 2016 when I just dropped out of my EE, turned into computer science major, and I was explaining that I had 4,000 YouTube subscribers, and I was going to get this thing called the Adobe Creative Residency. So don't worry, I'll make making videos my job. And everyone was like, okay, we'll see you back here at college, right? So I love it. I embrace it.
There was like one time at an airport, like years and years ago, where someone asked me what I did, and I was like, I make videos, and they went, oh, so like porn, like adult videos, and I went. So to this day, I'm terrified of saying that. Now, I even now, where it's not a foreign idea, I still say, oh, just media. I do media stuff.
That's my answer if I'm in the back of an Uber. If I'm in an Uber or like a freaking Turo, I had, thank God John was there with me, John Hill, my fianca, but he took most of the conversation. But we had a Turo in Colorado where it was like real estate agent turned into just like entrepreneur. So he was kind of lecturing us on videos and stuff. And we lasted as long as we could being like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. And then he finally goes, what do you guys do? And, he had just spent so much time basically like telling us about like content creation. And we were like, YouTubers. And then, oh my God, no way. What's your channel? Oh my God. Like, what's blah, blah, blah. And then, I find people like, sometimes they're genuinely good conversations, but you just like don't want to get into it because those people actually are like, how do I make money? Tell me how I make money. Oh my God.
Yes. That's the
on
worst.
YouTube. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to explain like my entire decade of a career in a 20-minute Uber ride? And I'm just like, so yeah, with those situations, I'm like, oh, I work at an agency.
It's especially sketchy when you're in the back of an Uber. You can't answer that question because every Uber, when have you met an Uber driver that doesn't have a side gig?
Yeah.
That's not like, oh, I'm working on this thing, trying to get it off the ground. So the second you're like, oh, I make money on the internet, they're like, okay, tell me more.
Tell me more. And they're genuinely like they're ready, take out the pen and piece of paper and they're probably recording you. I mean, there's a lot of Uber drivers who literally have YouTube channels now with their dash cams, I
don't like that.
So I'm
like,
yeah, I'm scared of that too.
Guess who's not going to another Uber?
I mean, those are huge YouTube channels. Have you not seen those videos?
No, I've seen Cash Cab on Discovery Channel.
Oh my gosh, Cash Cab is so good. Is that still going on?
That was good.
I don't know, but it's really good.
Wait, dude. Oh my God. I just had a gigabrain idea.
What is it?
Dog. I don't know if I can say it though, because then somebody's going to steal it.
No,
just say
Sam.
it. You're not going to do it. Just say it.
Oh. Sarah, this is live. Hey, don't zoom. Okay, thank you for zooming me in.
Gigabrain idea, hit us.
Gigabrain idea.
Come on.
Hold on.
We're ready.
So here we are. Wow, this is uncomfortable. I'm going to zoom out. This is like a lot of like
now.
face
I'm
area.
the captain. See?
All right. I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
make my this is just so brilliant.
Go ahead.
Can I,
What am I
let's
doing?
get a pre-applause for this. Thank you, soundboard guy. No, I want to do a show where I interview other YouTubers and it's like Cash Cab. But it's like Cash Cab for YouTubers. It's like a revamped. So it's in a Tesla instead of like a van.
And it's more like techie questions, maybe?
Yeah, or something a little different, maybe rather than general
that's cool.
trivia. Yeah,
You just
something
gotta-
related
you
to
just
what they
gotta
do.
share the Capital One money at that point.
Yeah.
Dude, do we even make money
If
from
we-
the podcast?
If we
Yeah.
have enough Capital One money to give to people after we give it to Sara Dietschy,
Yeah.
then we'll talk
Wait,
about
that
it.
would be another Gigabrain idea. You get one sponsor per episode, and then you split the revenue if they win.
If they win, like what? They were already
Yeah,
in
no,
the
they're not getting
episode.
shit if they lose. What the fuck? I'm not
If they
sharing
win.
that coin.
So,
They don't have machine learning models
Okay.
at that bank.
a test idea. Okay, Sarah, you wanted
Ask
the
me a
sponsorship
question.
money. Sam, at the end of the episode, we give her trivia. If she wins, she gets our sponsorship money, and we get none.
Okay.
All or nothing, Sam.
Sign me up.
This is just my show. You just copied my
I'm
show.
ready. I'm ready for
No,
the
but I just know
$50.
she wants the sponsorship money, so we'll give it to her. She can have all of it if she just wins the
So-
trivia game at the end.
So Sarah, how do I make money on YouTube? How do YouTuber make money?
Okay. Well,
Oh fuck.
so I don't even have a joke. Like that's such an
It's just trauma.
overwhelming
You really set us
question.
up for that, and
I
then
was
it didn't
I
work.
was gonna like say something dramatic, but it's like, how do you even answer that question? You know, I feel like there's if you want a legitimate answer. My dishwasher's going off.
Can't hear it.
It's a good jam.
Oh dang! I wish
Should
we
we
could hear it. That
actually
looked
go
fun.
into that?
I don't know. Do people care? We have talked a lot
Do
about
people
YouTube.
care?
Do people?
Yeah. Because I've been on like a
we?
lot of
Should we
behind
go?
the scenes podcasts, but you guys just seem like a vibe crew.
We are whatever
You know?
the fuck we
Yeah.
are during that week. That's what we do.
I like
yeah.
the idea of a trivia question. Can we all find a question to ask someone?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay, I have the first
no.
one. I have the first one. You can't look up anything. Hands up. Hands up.
Okay, all
Everyone,
right, hands up.
Hands up. Okay. Okay.
Can
How many?
I ask the assistant on my phone? Hands are up.
No.
Okay.
Okay. How
Good. She's useless anyway.
how many cores are in the higher spec M1 Pro CPU?
32.
No,
What are you talking about? CPU or GPU?
the CPU.
It's a 10-core CPU. There's only one.
What
that's
did I
been
say?
that's 8.
32 cores.
Yeah. 32.
What?
I get no
cores correct.
sponsorship money. That's
Ding,
it.
ding, ding,
Thank you
ding.
very much.
Good job.
Look at these
So
hands.
Sam
These
has
hands
a
have been
point.
stationary the whole time.
All right, y'all's turn.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Is there any like that I would know off the top of my head? I do remember. So in a high school, no, sorry, it was in grade school. There was a high school in the area that would host these like academic decathlons, and they asked me. I was like the tech category guys because of course I've always been into technology and Apple. So I was like, there's a math person, there's a science person, there was like a technology person. I was so excited that I got to go to this and like I got selected out of my grade school. And you compete against all these other grade schools. And I remember there was a question, and the question was like right the week or two before Tim Cook became the CEO. Sorry, it was a week or two after Tim Cook became the CEO. So the question was, who is the CEO of Apple? And I was like, easy, Tim Cook. And then I don't think they had updated the question because they had sent them in a while ago. So like every normie there was like, oh, Steve Jobs,
idiot.
Apple. But here, I'm here on apple.com/newsroom in 2009. My
Was that a
eyes
big
this
moment for
big
you?
looking at the new CEO. It was big.
Yeah.
And so I was very, very excited. And I got it wrong and I lost the competition.
Wait, really? They didn't like update it?
No.
Wait, that's
what made
not
me so
how
upset.
that should work.
Yeah, no, it was
That's
just
not
because,
fair.
and then when I was in high school, I realized what happens. You send in the questions like weeks ahead of the actual decathlon. Because it's like, what 7 times 4 is not going to change normally.
Yeah, but who is the CEO of the company and the
change.
CEO has pancreatic cancer and is like 2 pounds? That changes.
I know, it does. It
just
does.
got
But
dark.
But that was where we were at. I don't know anywhere else to put that. I don't know. What do you want me to do with that? I have a trivia question.
Yep.
okay.
Why does the Apple Pencil need to be charged?
For the Bluetooth connection.
John.
I'm confused.
We are not bullying.
Is there an inside joke?
Yeah, it's
We are
Apple.
not
It's an Apple
bullying.
Explain video,
Okay.
but I agreed to be good and not make fun of the video. That's an actual title of a video. Is why does the Apple
Okay.
Pencil need to be charged? It is because it has a battery, Sarah. That was the answer.
Okay.
That was the
Next.
answer. And that goes
It was
I-
that really a video?
Yes, but we
Yeah.
can't say anything, Sarah.
Okay.
We can't say anything.
No, we can
bad
say
about
we can
them.
say that was the title of a video. I mean, I
Don't
think
bring me in y'all's drama.
that's true. Now, yeah,
Maybe a little bit. You might be in it a little bit.
I'm
No,
the clean YouTuber, okay? I am risking
Yeah.
my job by just talking to you guys right now.
You really are, though. Like, not even a joke. Sam,
yeah, this is gonna.
Sam
I already
wanted
see
to
it
be
on
like
Twitter.
his dream was to be able to be like invited at an Apple event, and that's gone because he's hosting it with
Sarah,
me.
have you had a relationship with Apple like in the past or in the present?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean,
awesome.
I think I got invited to one of y'all's things that I didn't see happen, but you guys were gonna make like
Yes.
No, Sarah! No!
It's one of those ideas. It's in the back of my mind, but I'm just like not. I haven't been working on it at all since the original, just because like I just know there's gonna be another variant that pops up that like ruins everything.
yeah. That's
So
why I
I'm
just
like-
don't travel anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like I
so
don't
it's-
commit to literally anything.
You guys are
anymore.
living the way that I lived before that.
Yeah, I love going out and traveling. Like I want to travel and I want to meet up with people, but it's just and I want to do this big thing. It's just like not even worth working on because I know every plan is going to have to be radically changed in like 2 months
Yeah.
from now. So
Where
it's
are
like
you
I can't.
based, Sam?
I'm in St. Louis.
Okay. John,
Are you?
said
You're in
Arkansas?
Dallas, right?
Yeah, Arkansas pops.
Man, we are like so not coastal.
Yeah, are you still in New York?
I was in New York for 5 years, and then, I thought I was going to be there for like literally the rest of my life, and then the pandemic happened, and it changes everything. I guess if you have a really weird relationship with a place where I think you spent the pandemic, and especially if it was like the epicenter of the U.S. pandemic,
Yeah.
it just kind of ruins things. So I love New York so much, but it just. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
I
So
did.
I have a lot of family here in Dallas, so it's good for my soul.
I worked
That's cool.
with Amazon Live doing a TV show for them in New York. And so there was this whole thing where I was going to have to move there. And I grew up like in the middle of nowhere. So New York is the absolute opposite of that. And it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare for me.
Did you temporarily move there?
Well, I was supposed to move there like permanently, but I ended up turning down the job, which was like an $800,000 contract.
Wow, why?
So I started Front Page Tech to like be my own boss and have freedom, and you know how it goes with YouTube.
Yeah, that's wise. That's wise of you.
And they wanted. It was one day I was on set, and they wanted to. I will never forget. They wanted me to promote this, this fucking alarm clock that was like a circle that had LED lights around it that would slowly brighten up like the sun to gradually and peacefully wake you up. And I was like, I cannot do this. I cannot promote this thing. This is not what I wanted to do with my life. I shouldn't be on QVC. I want out. And so I left.
Yeah.
That good for you. I mean, I think that's we forget a lot of the time that we actually do have power. Like every day I make decisions about sponsors and the videos I want to make, and like how we started out talking about how, a 9 out of 10 can ruin like your entire week, and you're like, my career is over and blah, blah, blah. And, it's easy to get down because there's a lot of down moments on YouTube. But like when you step back and realize, you're like, oh my gosh, I am actually in control of like everything so much more.
Yeah.
You're not in control of the algorithm, that'll get you sometimes, but you are in control of so much compared to people who work either at agencies or who have even a job in media. I just watched a recent video of that Dr. Mike guys, or Dr. Mike. And I don't know if you guys know who he is. I just combine like 2 sentences. But he had this video where Dr. Mike guys, that's the orange juice talking. But it was one of those things where apple juice, I guess, would probably be the more appropriate. Anyways, it was one of those things where he was talking about how he had this huge TV deal, kind of like a Dr. Phil type level deal. And the first, he like went to the first meeting, they were prepping for their first episode, and they went through the sponsors. And even though in the contract, it said that he is an executive producer, he controls who is going to be sponsoring things. The first thing was like basically like magic vitamins that, you know, did everything for you. And he was like, guys, we talked about this. What is going on? And they basically gave him a lecture. He's like, well, you're on TV now and there's real people with real jobs that you need to support. So there's really no negotiation with this. And he just left. And now his YouTube channel is so big and he just turned it down. So it's like, man, if you don't take that fast cash, you have the ability to build a really loyal audience where you will get that money eventually. You know, it might not be as fast, but then you can build an actual career for yourself and you can have credibility.
And
Especially
you never know.
He's a doctor. That's
right.
That's even more serious. You know, we're just loser tech YouTubers.
The guy that produced my show for Amazon, then it has now moved on and does the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. So I probably wouldn't have a job now anyway because he was leaving. So you just never know.
You never know.
Did we ever cut back from the sound effects?
Yep. At some point I did.
Well, we're individually recording audio, right?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we got it.
So you know what I like, John?
Hang on, Sarah, pretend that we are doing this and you're not here, okay? This is the last
Sara
one.
Dietschy,
Hurry. Can I throw one of my sponsors? Hey guys, check out squarespace.com/Sara Dietschy for 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website.
Sam, it's fine. I cut straight to her. It's fine. We're safe, Sam. It's her own thing.
Are you guys sponsored by Wix?
Can we do?
No, I hate Wix.
We've never been sponsored by Wix.
That's going to resurface when they sponsor, but like, I know. I just
Sam, we should allow that. We should actually. I feel like that should be a thing. Like they can come on and just promote. And so you know how we're like, hey, go ahead and promote your podcast or whatever. Just be like, you know what?
Their own
they know who the fuck Sara Dietschy is. Let Sara Dietschy promote her sponsors. That's what we do.
No, love it. Go for it, guys.
Then we'll be cool.
On Twitter. Who's our next sponsor? Okay. Give me some lines. Our next sponsor, Sarah, is the worst one for you to try to cover. Okay. Oh, Manscaped. Hold on. Is this the Manscaped 4.0 or the 3.0?
Hell yeah!
It's the 4.0. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Shout out to manscaped.com. Okay, we got the
Manscaped
4.0, which is out.
Okay.
It has so many great accessories you can add on the top. You can have different lengths, and hey, it's something you don't have to be scared about because it's very gentle. And,
it's skin safe technology, yes.
Yes, exactly. And it's waterproof.
It's waterproof for
it's
handling your balls in the shower, yes.
Exactly. And also, you know what? the reason why I know about them is someone was sponsored by them and I was like, why? There's not a version of this for women. And
yeah, like a women's scape.
But I'm like, why is there not just like a pink version? There should just be like womanscaped.
Listen, we give out free ideas here on the show all the time. Manscaped, you are missing out. It's just a couple other letters in front of your website domain.
I know.
Womanscaped.
Yeah, think about the things that you're unlocking. You can sponsor me on my YouTube channel.
That's what I'm talking about, Manscaped.
So that's all I'm saying.
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts for after the ad. Hey guys, so Manscaped is here for 2022. It's for all your below the waist grooming. Whenever you take your little shaver, you might go down to the caver and see what happens. So you have to be careful when you shave your
I want Sarah back. I don't want Sam to do it anymore.
John, I'm just
Sarah fucking nailed it. You come in first thing, put the shaver to your caver.
Okay, I have a real Valentine's Day. That's all I'm gonna say. Valentine's Day is coming up. And I don't know if you guys are going to, I guess this would only be for John because he's the only other man on the podcast. John, I don't know if you're going to be slinging on Valentine's Day, but you might want to chip, and be ready to go down under
Take me out.
on yourself there. So
Sarah
this
wants
is
out. She wants out,
I
everybody.
revoke my presence. Thank you.
He said slinging and
Manscaped.com.
chilling.
Use code GENIUS. It's a new year, no pubes in 2022 with Manscaped.
Also,
There's one thing
the
Genius
ball
Bar doesn't
deodorant,
like, it's pubes.
the ball deodorant and the crop
deodorant.
The crop reviver is my favorite. I spray it and then I lay on the bed, legs spread, and let them air dry, and it's wonderful.
Yes, we love spread. Nope, can't say that. We like balls and we like shaving, and that's why we like manscaped.com. You guys use code GENIUS, 20% off and free shipping. We love you guys. Just, it's got skin safe technology, but like also, it's still your balls. So like, be gentle. Thank you, Manscaped, sponsoring.
Yep. Shave your
All
balls.
right,
Save your balls, save your life. That's what I always say. Manscaped.com. 20% off.
Shave
code
your balls.
Genius. Okay, no, Sam, no more. We're done. We're going back to Sarah.
no.
We need Sarah. We're done with this.
Okay, Sarah.
Oh shit, the thing's still there. Okay, go ahead.
I have a proposition for you.
Okay.
We should make a company like
Hang
a
on,
Manscaped
Time out,
equivalent for
everybody.
women together.
Let's relax. Everyone relax. That's the last ad read. We chill now.
I'm still
We'll sit
keyed
back.
up about this idea, so like I'll sit back
Okay.
when I'm done. We should make because you bring up a valid point, and I've thought about this.
There are so many underserved women markets. Like you guys don't even understand.
Yeah.
Like the reason why I actually feel so passionate about this Manscaped thing. Like I had a whole. It started with a TikTok. Like
That's not Sarah.
oh god.
That was a
She is.
man. Way to put a man in a woman's face when she's talking about things, John. Classic.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cancel you guys on Twitter.
It's already happening.
But
Too late.
okay, this example specifically, and I don't want to get too, whatever. But if you guys can talk about, a ball shaving device, I think we're
Hell
already
yeah,
there.
go for it.
So it's like there's so many things that women can use and use it in a better way. Like that product is actually better than anything we have because we're just expected to use like shaving cream and razors that just like cut the living shit out of your person. And so there's actually so many things like that where you can just slap different branding on top of it and just make billions of dollars. It's shocking. It is insane. Like,
why haven't they done that yet? That makes no sense.
I don't know.
0 cents. What?
This is
Wait,
incredible.
Sam, is the domain for Womenscaped available?
Hold on, guys, hold on. I think. Can you give me 2 seconds? Full screen me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Full screener.
Never mind. You might have to cut that. But something in me. I don't know if it's just sitting in my Amazon cart, but I'm pretty sure. Like I think I bought one because I wanted to try it. I'm gonna go on my Amazon order history.
What is it? I need to know.
The Manscaped.
Oh,
Whoa.
you're gonna try? You want one sent to you?
No, hold on.
Do you know how
we can
many of
hook you
these
up.
fucking things I have?
know.
Yeah, we can hook you up with like a new one. We're not talking about like
Literally?
a used
No,
Manscaped.
God, no,
this.
not the one. No
Hold
one
on,
that's
guys, you ready?
used. Oh,
Does
God.
this have
Yes.
any of my personal? Look at this.
Nice. Can't see
Oh
it.
wait.
There it is. It's out of
One
focus. but there it is.
Oh, there we go.
Nailed it.
Delivered January 18th. So
Whoa.
Manscaped, send me an email. I have an 80% male audience too.
So Sarah, there's something I wanted to ask you because you're a woman in tech. Is that something that like you think about? Because something that I've realized I think more in the past year or two than I haven't realized previously in my life, or probably like 2 or 3 years, where I started to become awoken to the idea of like, oh, I have privilege for like these things that I don't control, and like these make my life easier some ways, and like this other thing could potentially make your life harder, right? Like a mental illness. So I'm curious, like you being a woman, and like you just mentioned before we cut, like you're like, my audience is what, 80-something% male. Like, is that something you consciously think about when you make content? Is that something you have to think about that John and I don't? Where do you sit with that?
Every day. Yeah. Like, I mean, luckily I've had a lot of practice in my life. So things like, even subconsciously, I do things that I feel like is better for basically I think about it, but also I don't, because I grew up like literally since I was like out of the womb, I've always been kind of a girl in a boy's world. So at the age of 5, when I started playing softball, I was like, these girls aren't taking this seriously. I want to go play baseball with the boys. And my mom was just like, okay, let's do it. So, I mean, I literally played boys baseball from like the age of 5 to 11, you know? So I've always been used to it. I've always been kind of like used to just like chugging along the current and or not along with it, against the current. And it's one of those things that is kind of just like fun. It's almost like a challenge. And it's also, you get this, I don't even know what I should call it, but you know, there's kind of that initial like, oh, cute, a girl who plays electric guitar and is into pedals and amps and, you know, like, oh, how cute. But then I actually play and, oh, wait, okay, she actually knows what she's doing. And then, so I kind of like have not been, I've kind of trained myself. I've never been bummed about that. It's almost like, oh, it's like a challenge. It's like fun for me. It's like going into something as the underdog and then, you know, people being surprised, like, oh, she's competent, which is insane. Like the fact that that's even a thing. But yeah, it's something I've been used to, but in a way I kind of just embrace. It's fun. You know, it's kind of like a secret talent, especially with, you know, guitar and all of the things I've been into throughout my entire life, sports. I'm very good at carrying conversations with like 55-year-old white dudes. So, you know, there's a lot of those on YouTube.
Basically Sam. Yeah.
I was like, bro. I was like that.
So, but yeah, it's in terms of content. I mean, it's something I think about all the time because when I was in high school and I was chugging along and, you know, I've always been into, you know, different hobbies and things, but it was always in the back of my mind, like, oh, I can't wait to be a mom. And then I went to college and I got into video and all these things. And all of a sudden, like the only thing that mattered was like, oh my God, I can like make a career out of this. And I became kind of obsessed with just working. But in the back of my head, that has always been a thing where I never want any of my content to be sexual in any way. I know we just talked about Manscaped for 10 minutes, but I mean, that is something I think about all the time. Like, I wear shirts up to my freaking neck. I was
going to ask, do you change anything purposely because men are stupid?
I mean, yeah, I literally do not give them any excuse. Like, hopefully I present myself in a way and, you know, I wear makeup and I'm cute. I try to be cute for the people, but yes, it completely changed. Like, I never show anything. Like I never give anyone any excuse to like, hopefully like follow me for those things, because there's a fear in the back of my mind the moment I have kids, like my male audience sees me as, it's vulgar. You can beat me up because I don't cuss, but it's like the unfuckable thing. It's like literally like, oh, once you have kids, you're irrelevant. So that actually has been, you know, something that is always in the back of my mind. It's like, I don't want to give anyone a reason to like think of me as only, you know, like a body or that. And it's hopefully they fall in love with my mind and my personality. So when life changes, when I become a mom, when I have kids, they're following me for more than that. Cause it is terrifying. It is something I do think about a ton.
If it helps, I am the unfuckable thing and people still watch me. So. It works.
That was really good perspective, Sarah. First of all, I really respect you. And like, you know, we joke around a lot, but like, I think what you do is really cool. And I think something I want to start doing is like telling the guests how much we appreciate them, like while they're on our show. Cause I just feel like it's very rare that we get to have these conversations. Like usually it's just a tweet at the most every couple months or like some DMs on Twitter. So like, first of all, we just really appreciate you being here, but also like, you're killing it, and I greatly respect you, and I think that was a very pointed answer that just like hit on a lot of very important things that like I kind of blew my mind. Like I'm still processing when you're like, I don't wear anything below my neck. Like I've never had that thought
Yeah.
ever.
And you shouldn't
Of,
have
like-
to. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That, like,
well, yeah,
that's what
and
we're...
you know, I do.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
don't want to bring women down who do that. It's just
No, I know what you're saying.
It's easier
though.
for me to
Right,
not
yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So you don't have 100 comments about cleavage or
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
so it's not like it's not something that like, oh, I'm so bummed I can't do that. It's just
Yeah.
something you have to think about.
Right.
No, I totally, you were saying that is just like how you make your content, and you're saying, I think what you're saying is like, you want people to be there for Sara Dietschy and not the way she looks or talks or anything. They want to be there for you. And I think that's super cool. And I think that's why people should be around anybody. Like, it sucks that like,
I don't know. I'm around you for your looks,
it's like
Sam.
2020. Really? Oh man, you got low standards, pal. Dog. I got the hairline of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but like,
What?
yeah, like it's so, I don't know. The tech community is wild, and like
I will
can't
say the
remember,
tech community is awesome. Like in terms of that stuff, it is so rare to run into. The only issue in the real world of like collabing with someone where being a woman actually was a problem was actually like a very mainstream YouTuber where the girlfriend got mad that he was collabing with a woman and it just never showed,
Oh my
which is
God.
insane. But that's the only thing that has happened. I will say like the tech community is amazing. And I think they do go out of their way to help people. I mean, some of my initial collabs with like Austin Evans stands apart. I mean, he was like so giving in the beginning that we were supposed to do this collab, but he literally like let me just borrow his team for an entire day when I was out in California to do one of my first PC build videos. And so specifically the tech community like is phenomenal. I mean, of course, you guys are in more like drama, but even the drama, it's about tech, and that's what makes it fun. It's not.
Yeah, and it was an
usually
accident. The
it's
drama
not
was an
about-
accident. We're not trying to do it.
yeah, that
Usually
wasn't
it's not like
intentional.
vindictive,
Yeah.
about like personal things.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Bro,
an
John,
honor
is
to
that
be
how
a
we-
part of this community.
Is that how we're seen? Are we like the
We
drama
might-
type
it might- that might
YouTubers?
be.
No,
One
Bro,
time.
not at
I-
all. It's just things get a little spicy. And in
That's
the
what
tech
I'm saying.
community,
Just a little
yeah, in the
spicy.
tech community, that's we need
That's
a
a
little bit
lot.
of action.
Yeah. Well, that's what like I think. So we for like the first 10 minutes of the last episode, we were apologizing for that whole thing, mainly because that is not how we want to be seen either. We want to appear as if we're above that, and that's not what we want people to come for. So
Yeah, like there's just no reason to, like it was.
Yeah, I actually have no idea
provoked
what
is
you guys are
different,
talking about recently,
though. Okay,
but
for context, just in case other people,
'Cause
missed
we're
the
not
episode
trying to
too, and they're
skirt
"Who- what
by
is this?" Yeah, no. For context, there's another YouTuber called Apple Explained, and he makes videos geared to a completely different audience than ours, or what I think we thought was a different audience that ended up being quite similar. And some of the video titles are like, "Why the Apple Pencil needs to be charged," "Why Apple sells gift cards," and
okay, I'm
you
not
know,
gonna
in
lie.
my mind, like I think comedy wise, the idea that's like a video is titled "Why Apple Sells Gift Cards," that is funny to me.
Yeah.
And I think rather than separating the idea that a title of video could be funny, it was more of a personal attack on the dude for no reason. And
Yeah.
that's
We thought it
what-
would be a funny segment to like read his titles out loud and laugh at them, but he's just a dude playing the game just like all of us. So
Exactly. So that was what I felt bad about and wanted to correct the record on. And we already talked about it, but for context, yeah, we basically bullied this other YouTuber for no reason, and it was just bad.
Well, I will say,
Like,
I'm
not basically.
I'm
we
looking
did
at their
bully a YouTuber for no reason.
I'm looking at their YouTube channel for the first time right now, and I'm like, it's a really good idea because I feel like you can take these titles and you can take this concept and literally do it for anything. You know, like you could do this for like dentistry.
it's very scalable.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, why do you have to brush your teeth or something? Like, it's
Whoa.
interesting.
Tune in next week.
Yeah, teeth explained.
Oh,
Shit.
Sarah, I need advice, and I need help.
Yes,
how do
I'll help
This is like
Nailed
when,
it.
you're
We'll
like
see
a
you guys
kid and
next
you're going up to the
week. Okay.
teacher. And you're like,
Words.
how when my pencil broke and I need a new pencil and
Get it together, Sam.
because I'm manifesting this in 2022. Yeah. What's your advice to work with Apple? How do I get invited to an Apple event, Sarah?
Here we go.
Oh that was a serious question.
If it's a serious question, you have to stop doing the podcast with this guy.
There you go. That's how you do it. At least she's saying it out loud, Sam. She's saying the quiet part out loud.
But I like John is also my friend.
Exactly. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Relationships over.
Pick me or Tim Cook, Sam. Those are your choices.
Yeah.
But
it's it's just pros and cons.
Don't tell them that you were on the show with us, and then
I'll keep it a secret.
What if we were like double blacklisted? So it was like anyone that even follows us on Twitter doesn't get to go to anything. Hey, I'm not a leaker, by the way. I'm not an Apple. Just for I don't leak things.
Yes, but by association, I mean that's literally like and it's almost like an excuse. I'm just lazy, and so I only do videos that like things come out, and I like take a month, and then I put out the reviews. But
which is the best way to do it, I think, by the way.
Yeah, well, you can take your time, but it's also twofold in that I feel like the moment, which is not true, people still talk about like rumors and future things and still get invited to events. But in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, if I like never touch rumors, because I do, I'm like backpedaling. So I don't know if what I'm about to say is actually useful, but it's just like, if you make those videos, you just jeopardize, being able to be a part of their world. And it's just a thing with the leaking and stuff. But I will say, if you like make videos about leaks and stuff, you got to do it the way that you do it, John. I feel like it's, the fact that you get like the cool renders and it's entertaining. Yeah. It's like you are like the gold standard of that. There's like many crappy channels out there that literally just like still graphics from other people. It's like a voiceover.
Sam, that's why I put my watermarks all over my shit.
I will say you're the one person that I like. Watermarks is important. I hate people like they take a crappy picture of a mountain and they put watermarks over it. I'm like, guys, it's not necessary. But that is something that I enjoy about that section of YouTube is like, I see those renders and I'm like, what is the secret sauce? Like, do you just go on Fiverr and get someone, or do you have like an in-house graphic designer? Because they're so good.
Yeah. So I worked with someone who was just known in the industry for a while. Yeah. And someone else, like actually a kid at the time, he's 18 now, but a kid was just like, he would take the leaks that I had and he would post them on Twitter, like his own versions of the renders and stuff. And they were really good, like better than the other renders I had been putting out. And Sam had worked with him for like a couple of videos, and so Sam shot me the intro, and I okayed it with Sam first, and I reached out to him, and we did a couple projects together, and it just went well. So that's what we do now.
That's amazing. No, I love that stuff. I love those. I always get recommended the Instagram pictures of basically people making like iPhone versions of the Z Flip and stuff, like flip iPhones, and it's always so fun to look at that stuff. But I love stuff like that. I mean, that's the way to do it.
I have to ask. I have a problem right now in my life where I cannot stop looking at TikTok. And I know we're all YouTubers, but does TikTok worry you at all?
Okay. TikTok doesn't worry me in terms of like I'm going to lose a job by not being on TikTok, because all TikTokers come to YouTube to monetize.
Yeah.
So Hank Green actually had a really good video recently about the problem with TikTok monetization. It's really good.
It's pretty good. Very good.
And that's why I always no like creator fun is going to get me to like dedicate time in a real way to a platform. Like TikTok is valuable to bring an audience over to maybe YouTube. And it's always been on my list to take more seriously. But at the end of the day, it's like, if my job is YouTube and that's paying the bills, like it's just kind of lower on the list. But all creators, if they get an audience on TikTok, they come over to YouTube. It is the place to build a audience who doesn't just find you in an algorithm, but is continually coming back, is subscribing. I follow people on TikTok, but then I never see their videos again. It's just the algorithm. So TikTok is like a terrible place to actually build a loyal audience. You have to either go super wide, like a Charlie D'Amelio, or maybe what's her name, Chris Chris with a K something. She did a great job bringing her audience from TikTok over to YouTube, but her personality, she does like funny accents and skits, and it's like super relatable. And she basically kind of does the reacting to content in a funny way. I forgot the other girl who does it, but she came to YouTube and does YouTube content now. It is native to YouTube. She doesn't just repeat what she does over in TikTok. So I think that's what people get wrong too, is they try to, take other platform content, bring it over to another thing,
and it doesn't work.
That it doesn't work. So Chris with a K is a good example of who did that really, really well. And she's just funny. There's people who like ooze talent, and they'll be fine no matter what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
But I think it's very hard for people to transfer from TikTok to YouTube. So I'm not worried. Yeah. What I'm worried about is how many hours I spend on the app.
Yes,
I go on it once a month because I know once I'm in, I'm there for 3 hours. It's like babies and golden retrievers and people falling.
And it's so good. Like once it learns.
Sarah, how old are you? Are you like a 60-year-old woman? I saw this little bunny.
I'm worried.
I'm not worried that like I'm not going to have a job. I feel like I have this like this crazy irrational anxiety that I'm missing out somehow. Because I'm a creator and I do stuff on YouTube.
You got to do everything.
Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't have to feel that way. I should just be able to have a platform that I just enjoy watching on. But I'm like, oh fuck, it's only going to be this early for so long, and then I will have missed the train. And I want a platform that I just enjoy, and I'm also nervous not being on it.
Yeah, I keep expecting it to go away, and then it doesn't. So that makes the pressure even more.
Didn't it just come out that it has more watch time than YouTube over the last month?
I think it was URL, like more people clicked the app or something. Was it watch time? I don't know.
I heard, the article I read was watch time, which is crazy because this fucking video is like 15 seconds long.
Yeah, but people are spending like 4 hours at a time on it.
Here's what I think happened. Is YouTube banned in China?
Yeah.
Because TikTok is from ByteDance, which is a Chinese company. And there's a lot of people in China.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they ban it from their own people. They're probably like, this is not good for our people.
Yeah. It's too good.
Because they ban like some video game stuff.
Yeah. They're like, need to, I don't know. Because it's not like it's good. Well, I was about to make a snap judgment and say it's not good for society, but I will say it is the only platform that I come away with like a smile on my face because it's just so pure and zero stakes. Sometimes I'll come away from YouTube and I'm like, what did I just watch? I did not learn anything.
And you wasted like a half hour of your life.
Yeah. I'm like, I just watched, compilation of like family vloggers like terrorizing their kids. I'm like, what did that do to me?
It's very telling that when I get a 9 out of 10 on my YouTube, I'm like, I go to TikTok to feel better.
Yeah.
What?
So there's some utility to it.
TikTok. Dude, if I'm in a bad mood, no joke, I'll go to TikTok. It makes me laugh for like 10 minutes. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to continue my day.
Yeah.
That is so interesting to hear that from you guys, because I just still don't. TikTok just doesn't do anything for me. Like,
have you watched it for a significant amount of time?
No,
yeah, your algorithm isn't dialed.
In the past week, I've tried again, and I gave it another shot. Like every time, every time I'd be pooping, I was like, all right, let's like make this an extended like 45-minute excursion. Like, let's hop on TikTok here. And
can I find a good TikTok for you? Here we go.
I did it like 3 days in a row, and then it's been like a week since then, and I just have zero desire to go back on.
No, you're a boomer.
Yeah, that's boomer
I don't
energy.
know. Now, the YouTube Shorts, here's what I think it is.
You can't say please don't tell me you like YouTube Shorts, because it's just TikTok's
I was going to
reposted.
say the YouTube Shorts hook me in more because it's in the place that I watch all my other content. And what I like about the YouTube Shorts is the way that they're laid out in the home feed is there's like 10. And then there's like 10, and there's usually 3 that appeal to me. And I'll click on those 3. And as soon as I'm done with those 3, I'm like, oh, that's all. Like, I never click on the Shorts tab in YouTube.
Well, that's the cool thing about TikTok is I don't want to choose what I just want to sit there and they put it in my mouth. I just sit, I open the app and they do the rest. I just swipe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess okay, here's another question. Do you guys watch like a lot of TV?
No.
Like at night, what do you guys do to like wind down?
TikTok.
TikTok? Like, okay,
I go to
context
YouTube
here.
First. I go to TikTok maybe like twice a month. And it's just because I'm like, I need a serious fix of just like funny, lighthearted videos. So it's very intentional. I literally earmark like, okay, this is going to be 2 hours I never get back. And
Yeah.
I prepare for it. But
This is it.
YouTube it sneaks up on you because I'm always there. Whether it's like I'm there for me or I'm just there as like, it's like my third bookmark and I'm just always going to it. Like my YouTube algo is pretty dialed too. So, I mean,
Same.
literally last night I watched a 50-minute video on like about Monaco and all the rich people that are there.
What?
There's like a documentary, like a 4-part documentary about rich people in Monaco. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And it was like super interesting.
Yeah,
but it's not like I learned anything productive.
That's cool. Hey, I didn't know there were rich people in Monaco. You helped me learn through that.
Guess what I'm
There you
doing
go.
tonight? Got a
That's-
50.
that's-
I can't edit the show tonight, Sam. I need 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's good. It's cool though because it's like little slices of the world that you learn about, but it can also be very damaging to your brain because I feel like when I go on Netflix and I just watch like a mindless Seinfeld episode, it does feel like okay, I had a break. But when I'm watching YouTube, it doesn't feel like a break. I guess because it's my job.
Whoa.
So whenever I'm watching anything, I'm like, okay, hey, I could do this. I could. Oh my gosh, that was really cool what they did. I should incorporate that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fascinating.
You
I
still
never thought
consider
about
it
that
work.
way.
Like I'm gonna watch YouTube next time. And be like, I'm kind of working. Still
I'm
work.
working. Yeah,
I've been working all week at this
Yeah.
computer.
exactly.
Oh,
Is that all we
Yeah.
have for today, ladies
Hold on,
and
can I
gentlemen?
show you guys?
You can show
I'm
us
gonna
anything you
promote my
want.
Twitter. I'm going to show you a meme, and I want to know if you guys get it.
Okay. Uh-oh. That's not good.
I have a
usually don't
feeling
get
I'm
it.
going to get it and John's not going to get it.
I have a feeling that you are right,
calling it
Sam.
now. Wait, I also never shared my trivia question earlier.
Oh, do it.
I don't have it yet. I'm working on it.
Okay. All right. I'll show you this
Okay.
while you're doing that. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
What?
So,
Oh, wait.
do you get it?
Okay, we got Lil Nas X on the right. This is for the audio listeners. So there's 2 black boxes. Oh no, there are 2 servers. 2 servers?
Yes, but what kind of servers?
Oh, they're raids. It looks like.
They're NAS servers.
They're NAS servers.
Okay, so
Oh wow, how the tables have turned, Sam.
I don't network area.
So
servers.
little
I get
little
it. Old
little NAS and
yeah,
Is that
OG
big?
Nas and Lil Nas X. So I'm assuming that the Lil Nas X one has less storage.
Yeah. They're just NAS. They're NASes.
That's awesome.
bingo. We did
I like
it.
that.
Did
We did
we
it.
disappoint? Oh, that's just the screen. Did we disappoint, Sarah? Or did we get it?
No, good job. Good job, guys.
Yay, Sam,
Good
we
job.
did it.
We did it.
We get to keep our portion of the sponsorship money.
Yep.
Here's a trivia question.
Nice.
Describe in vivid detail the original Apple logo.
Ooh, the rainbow, right?
But he said
No.
vivid.
There's actually one before.
There's one
What?
before.
The
Oh, 'cause
OG.
your shirt
I'm
is
talking about
kinda-
the OG.
And we can't Google it?
No, that is not trivia.
Not Googling. Was it like an outline? It was like it was very like negative
Oh,
fill like.
She's getting it?
Yeah, it's black and white.
Yeah.
Wait, is that
I mean, I
it,
think that
Sam? It's just a
describes it,
black
right?
and
Sara
white
Dietschy
logo?
gets 50% credit.
Yes.
Okay.
John
Should
gets
I
0
pop
credit
it
because he
up?
goes, "Can I goggle?" Yeah. Somebody search it. Somebody find it. Wait, this is like having another producer on the show. This is really cool.
Original.
Here we go. Oh shit. Oh no.
What?
I broke it.
What?
That's
I broke it.
Bro,
I broke
what
it.
just occurred?
This is
Hold on.
Halloween. This is Halloween.
All right, here we go. Oh,
Same
no.
thing, Sarah. Same thing just happened.
She has too much power.
Here we go, guys.
There we go.
Yeah.
What in the? That was the original.
Wait.
Oh yeah. I didn't.
Was it
remember
this?
that.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's not what I was thinking.
Isaac Newton sitting under an apple tree.
Yeah, I remember that though.
It's kind of a Pog logo. I won't lie.
Yeah,
A
that's
Pog
insane.
logo?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Do you? Would you? What if they like went back to that?
I mean, I will say I do like the simplicity of the apple. I would like them to go back to like a new age rainbow. I think
Me
that
too.
would
I think
be
that'd be
sick.
cool. Remember what? Wasn't there a rumor last year that like so they had covered all the Apple stores with like a curtain, and the rumor was that they're going back to the rainbow logo. For some
That
reason,
would
that
be
started
so
floating
cool.
around.
I don't remember that. I remember they filed a trademark for the rainbow logo, but it was only for apparel.
That makes sense.
There was an event last year or something that was going on because I don't know what happened. There were just rumors that the rainbow logo was coming up, and then after those rumors had come out, right before an event, they had covered the front of Apple stores with like a curtain, a black curtain, and so everyone was like, "Oh man, here comes the rainbow logo," and then it wasn't. It was like the colored IMAX.
I mean, hey, it's still colorful.
Well,
right?
that's fine. It counts.
That was a good story.
Yeah, you're welcome,
Well, yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
All right. With that said, shall we head out? Sarah, do you have anything that you want to share with us
Do you
on
have
this
any
podcast?
competing banks, manscapes, or toilet paper to promote
Right.
at the end of the episode?
No, I appreciate. Thank you guys for having me. This was
Thank
fun.
you for coming on, and thank you for putting up with us. Very kind.
Oh, of course. No.
Why is that
it was
not
a blast.
Sarah?
Wow. This is so rude.
Yeah, that's super rude. Super rude,
there's a
John.
man again.
Get Sarah in here. I want a new producer.
Yep, I'll
She-
produce for you guys.
She did fine. All right,
Wait,
guys.
I had another question. Hold on.
Then fucking ask your
Twitter.
question,
There's my plug.
dude.
There's my plug. Hold on. I got a plug.
She's got a plug.
Follow
Okay, we go.
me on the Twitter, guys, at Sara Dietschy, or
I'll
Google
put it
Sara
on the
Peachy
screen.
and you'll find me.
She's verified.
She's verified. I'll put it on the screen and obviously in the
Wait,
show notes
I
and
have
stuff.
a question. Don't end it yet.
I'm not ending it. I just saying, dog. I'm just saying I'm going to put it in the description.
I have
you want
so
Sara
many
Dietschy, the link
questions
is
all
to
of a
go
sudden.
to Sarah.
I have so many questions for Sarah all of a sudden. They're just like popping
Yeah,
in.
no, ask. I don't, guys.
Hit us.
Go for it. I can be here all night.
What are your thoughts on so cryptocurrency and NFTs?
Oh,
in
okay,
particular,
we gotta go.
Here we go.
Very divisive in the tech community, and I'm curious your stance because I recently purchased an NFT.
I saw that.
and
I saw your hexagon.
I set it as my profile picture, and
Yeah.
I made it was a joke tweet where I was like, Web3, crypto, the metaverse, any other buzzwords I missed? And
Yeah.
people thought I was saying like, I'm like fully in and like, this is my new identity. Like
Well,
there were,
that's fine.
I probably
Okay.
got like 15, 20 screenshots of people saying they were going to block me. And I
Okay,
was
yeah.
like,
Listen,
y'all,
here's-
this was a joke, guys.
Yes, this is the perfect question because I've been thinking about this a ton recently. Okay. The people who post about hating NFTs every day on Twitter are as annoying as people who post about NFTs. Okay. People can like what they want to
Amen.
like.
Word.
Artists are literally making bank for the first time ever. They don't need corporate or overlords to make money. And so there's good, but then also art is being stolen and there is bad. Okay. So it's just like, let people live. Okay. Let go some of that anger. You don't have to come on Twitter every morning and just explode. Okay. And these are the same people that will say, "Oh yeah, there's going to be utility to NFTs. You know, the blockchain. We're going to have our house deeds on the blockchain. You know, so there's so much
Yeah.
utility to it. I just don't get why people are buying JPEGs, which I think is, you know, almost everyone's opinion. So you don't have to come on Twitter every day with a new diatribe. You know, so it's like
Yeah.
I believe in a lot of the stuff. There's a lot of fluff. There's a lot of, you know, I feel bad for the literal like kids who are putting all of their money into JPEGs, you know. But I will say, hopefully it's like a learning experience. I had a huge learning experience in 2017. I felt the first wave of Bitcoin and Ethereum, you know, going all the way to that 17, 18, 19K. And I was good until the very end. And I felt the hype and I bought more at 15K. And I was like, oh my God, it's gone to the moon. And then it dropped for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
And my lesson, there was a lot of FOMO lesson in there. And guess what? I held throughout the next 3 to 4 years and I bought more and I was able to buy a Tesla for only $15,000. That was my cost basis for
Whoa.
like
Oh, that's really cool.
$56,000 of Bitcoin. So
Heck yeah.
hopefully a lot of people, hopefully there's more learning happening now than there is like people's lives going to be ruined.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone goes to the energy talking points. And I'm like, okay, first of all, there's many more things we can tackle if you actually care about the planet. You
Yes.
know, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh no, I'm going to attack banking. So you might want to delete this part. But I think,
fuck
you know,
banks, dude.
point-
Bitcoin all the way.
0.45% of energy, you know, being used for a system where people can opt out of the banking system of our world that hasn't done the best so far. If you can have a technology that can do that, a fully distributed system that can run on its own, can empower people, can eat up all of the bad money in the world, and you can have good sound money, hey, I think that's worth, you know, some GPUs running. So
Right.
that's my 2 cents. But yeah, a lot of crypto
You're-
people are insufferable on Twitter.
You are
can-
totally right
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like
and you
the,
can never make fun. People, you can't make fun of things that you like anymore, that you believe in. It's either you hate it and you're dunking on it every day, or you're like a crazy person who's like a heretic, or not heretic, like a freaking, second coming of Christ for crypto. It's just, it's insane. There's no in between.
A Christ go.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, Sarah. Like it has become so polarized. I guess it's like that.
Anything, you're right about like the negative people being just as loud, because anytime you see an NFT posted or anything, you always hear, "Oh, I'll just take a screenshot of this." And that's always like the default reply.
My thing is like, guys, everyone on Twitter, have an original thought. Just try to have an original thought.
I know.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm like, dude, I like the screenshot joke was like, it was like funny like 6 months ago when they were like when like the first peak happened, but now everybody's just like, oh, screenshot. And I'm like, bro, I didn't buy it. Like I that's not why I bought it. I didn't buy it. Like, I know that's going to happen. I bought it because I like this picture. And I think the idea of, owning this piece of art on a blockchain is like a cool concept. I'm also, here I am causing chaos. I just tweeted out, don't talk to me unless you have hexagon profile pic.
Oh no.
Because I want to have some fun. Like it's funny. Yeah. People are going to hear this podcast and know that it's a joke, but like there are people that think that I'm like a serious crypto bro.
I'll retweet it.
And like, it just brings me sick pleasure to like get people riled up. And there's going to be a bunch of people that screenshot, I'm blocking you again. It's like, dude, it's all in good fun. Like, there are things that are ridiculous about the NFT community and the crypto community that I'm fully aware of.
Yeah. NFTs are one of those things where I have so much useless knowledge about it because I've just watched so much stuff about it, but I actually don't own any NFTs. I think one person like airdropped, an NFT. And what I'm discovering too is like, I have like a ENS domain. So like saradietschy.eth. And I think people are mistaking that for like me being like an NFT head. When I'm like, no, this is the coolest thing ever. You can just like send Ethereum or Bitcoin to saradietschy.eth. Like it's like my new URL, and there's so much about it that I think is so cool in this space. And I think NFTs are great for other people. I just can't put my money in something like that right now.
Yeah,
if
same.
I can like
I'm the
scoop
same
up
way.
a crypto, if I can scoop up like a CryptoPunk in 2 years for like 5K, hell yeah, I'll do it just for the lulz and just for those like initial projects. But I'm just like, you guys have fun. I can't. And okay, the last thing I will say, and I know I started out being like people who are over criticizing and being annoying, shut up. But also the fact that like these people who are so into NFTs and it's their entire world and they have a Bored Ape and they don't even know to not click on random links in their DMs and they're getting their ape stolen from them. I'm like, guys, that's internet 101. So it's like, if you're going to participate, just do a little bit of research. Just do a little bit of a vibe check,
Yeah. I get what you're saying though, Sarah, because that was my introduction to crypto as well, was 2017. Like that, I remember vividly being in college. It was my second year because it was 2018 and I was a sophomore, and I would go, because I play piano. I would go to like the music building and like play piano, just like, off hours to like pass the time and do something creative. And I remember I would go in there like twice a week. And I remember I was like, whoa, Bitcoin at 7K, that's crazy. Like and then I remember the next week it was like Bitcoin at 13K. I was like, that's even crazier. And then I was like, Bitcoin at 17K. And I remember seeing like, people that I followed in the tech space then when I was much smaller being like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then of course I'm like, I got to get in on this. Yeah. I got to do it. Buy high, baby.
Yep.
So, that was when I bought. So yeah, I've never sold, I don't think, ever. Yeah. Which I'm always a long-term investor. Like I've got Tesla stock and other things like Apple that maybe when I need a house, or like I'm going to get a new Tesla in the next couple of months if it ever shows up. Dude, I have a Model S on order. I ordered it in September.
Oh, dang, a Plaid?
No, it's the lower. It's like just the long range. I mean, Plaid model, but like not the 130,000 because I can't justify the 30K for the acceleration. Like there's one in stock in St. Louis that I could get tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I need to buy more NFTs. What can I say?
Exactly. No, it's like so important that I think a lot of younger people like learn those lessons. So hopefully they can be long-term investors down the line. But my fear is they're just going to get insanely burned and they're never even going to participate in in anything. So I don't know. We'll see. But same, like I am until I have something in the real world to buy. So when we moved to Texas, I got so tired of payments and I'm like, I just want to buy this car outright in cash.
Yeah.
And so I just cashed in, all my Bitcoin, and I had already cashed in Ethereum because I became a Bitcoin maximalist for a year or so, which was the wrong move. But yeah, it got me a Tesla. But yeah, almost immediately I got invested again, just because it's like it almost feels like a movement, It's like I just have to participate in some way. But yeah, I very rarely I'll tweet about it and stuff, but very rarely do I publicly talk about it to its fullest extent, just because I feel like it's so much responsibility. If I talk about it when it's at, all-time highs and someone buys and then they're just going to be so destroyed, I'm just like, I don't need that responsibility,
No, like responsibility is big. Because I literally just tweeted out like that joke tweet, which clearly was not read as a joke, which like kind of made it funnier. And then somebody tweeted me and they bought something in that collection that I bought. And they're like, I was never going to do this, but now I bought one. And then Ian texts me later that night. He's like, dude, that looks so cool. The render guy for John.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, I got to get an NFT, but I have to convince my parents to let me spend $130 on a JPEG of a pixelated cat.
If you're asking your parents, you shouldn't be into NFTs. Are you kidding me?
Like, he was like, how the hell do I explain to my mom that that's what I need the money out of my account from? And I was like, that's so good. And he was like, but this picture of this pixelated thing is cool. And I was like, that is cool. I agree. But something that people don't talk about are the Ethereum fees right now. Like my picture that I bought, nobody told me this until I was in it.
Yeah.
And I go to buy, I think the picture was like around $90. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It's sub $100. It's still insane, like to pay for a JPEG. But I don't even know if I got the JPEG, by the way. Like, there was no download JPEG button. I was a bit disappointed. I was like, where's my screenshot button? All right. And then, it was like, oh, your Ethereum gas fee is $110.
Yeah. Did you wait?
So, no, I think I ended up paying. I dropped to like 70 later that night. I saw it fluctuate. So again, learning. But, it was like, the network fee costs more than the thing itself. And I was like, that's something that's funny and people should talk about that rather than being like, Ethereum, the moon, everything. Like, again, it's like, that's ridiculous. The fee to imagine if you swiped your card to buy bananas, it costs more to process the transaction than to buy the fruit. People be like, I'm not buying this.
It's clunky. It's like, I would say it's beginning days, but it's really not. But, it's like it took a while for the internet to iron out the kinks. But, I mean, Ethereum is also moving to proof of stake, which they say that'll solve all the problems. But
I mean, we are going to have to do that, right? Like, if it is pretty early stages. I mean, if you think about how long it took us to make a dollar bill,
right? No, I mean,
like dude, the dollar bill used to just be a replacement because gold chunks were too heavy to carry around, so we made paper to be like, this is how many gold I have.
Yeah, it was backed by it.
By something
and then
physical.
In the 70s, it wasn't, and then it's been a decline ever since then. But yeah, it's honestly the biggest shock for me with NFTs is we are on a macro slide in the market. I mean, everything is tanking from Apple stock to the low cap stocks have been obliterated the past 3 months. And then you have Bitcoin and Ethereum sliding like crazy, but people are still holding their JPEGs. My whole thing was like, okay, when there's macro shifts, NFTs are going to suffer. This is going to be a bloodbath and I'm going to pick up an ape or a punk. And it's not happening. And I think a lot of it though is because there's not a lot of liquidity in the NFT market, because it's like if you have a Spider-Man or a punk that costs $400,000, you're not going to have a lot of buyers for that. So you're forced to kind of hold. So I think everyone's just kind of in a holding pattern. But I've been very shocked what is sliding, and people are still, NFTs is still the thing. I thought NFTs were going to be over like 9 months ago, when Gary Vee released his V Friends. I was like, okay, this is probably the beginning of the end. Like, I love that dude, but I was just like, I did not get that in the beginning. And those things are going for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's one of those things that I get, but I don't get to the point to spend that money. So I'm kind of just like sitting on the sidelines being like, hey, you guys are having fun. Respect. Just be careful. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like it's fun. It feels like the early days of something. It feels like you're in a part of something that maybe is going to matter in the future. Like that's exciting. That's what I love about technology in the first place. Like that's why I'm excited for Apple's VR headset that comes out this year. It's like maybe the first one's going to suck, but like it's some progress towards something that might make our lives better. And gosh darn it, that's worth fighting for.
And honestly, like especially
Apple Boy
with
gets
Apple's,
emotional, not clickbait.
with Apple's VR headset, I just want them to because it's not like they're the first VR headset, but I want Apple to tell me why I should care, why it needs to be in my house.
All I need Apple to do with theirs is it just needs to be more lightweight, less clunky. Yep. I mean, the biggest thing with VR is like I'll go into it, I'm like, oh, this is cool, but like I don't want rings on my face because it's so heavy. You know, that's another girl thing that you don't think about. You got makeup on your face.
Oh,
you put a VR goggle headset on your face for 30 seconds, and like you got smudges in your makeup.
I wear makeup too, so
yeah, it's not worth it.
I wish I was joking. I wear makeup on Front Page Tech, not on Genius Bar. Sam, I'm not I'm not wearing makeup right now.
Do you do some powder? Or what do you do?
You look
I don't know. Karina does it. I don't.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know. I think it's not foundation, concealer maybe.
Okay.
Is that what you call
Respect.
it? I don't know. I need my skin to look good on the thing, okay?
Yeah.
I have bad skin. I've been fixing my life though. I'm like trying to get myself together.
I have bad skin. I've been fixing my life too.
It seems like a common theme. Are you okay, Sam? Do you have any psychological issues, personal things we need to iron out?
Yeah, lots of psychological issues, but I've been in therapy for like years, so.
Good.
You want to talk about it right now on the show?
Yeah, sure. No, I'll save it. No, I have anxiety and OCD. So it's a vibe.
Yeah,
I got that OCD vibe.
Yeah,
I'm sure the past couple years hasn't helped with that.
Yeah, it's not the like standard OCD of like it can change, right? So it could become that at one point. It's more. Long story short, yeah, I mean, just being by myself and alone like doesn't help. Yeah. So, are
you close to your parents? Where are your parents based?
My parents live in St. Louis as well, so like I get to see them and. Yeah, like I'm February, March, and April of last year. AirPods down emoji.
So right when we're about to hit that right now. So,
oh no, that was just because it was because I moved by myself. So I live alone, and it was because I had moved by myself and I wasn't on meds.
I have seasonal stuff. So, it happens every December. Like it's every year. So I didn't know if you were saying to like. I didn't know if that was your way of saying, hey, John, prepare yourself. It's almost February again.
No. I mean, it might happen again. It's just like, no, it was just because I moved and it was a big change. In my house. And like, just
Moving's
anxiety
hard.
was...
I'm like was real 9 months into moving and I'm just now recovering. It has been the hardest thing I feel like I've done like in a very long time. It's like very, it requires so much energy and nothing goes right. Everything goes wrong. Anything
the idea is great,
that can go wrong does go wrong. Murphy's
Law.
The
idea is great. Should I move to Texas, Sarah?
You should. Come on.
It's good.
And the winters are much more warm.
I know. I've thought about that.
There's a good, I've never been to Dallas. There's a cool scene out here, and there's space. And I mean, I will say a lot of people are moving, so to be within the city center, it's still going to be pretty pricey, but nothing compared to like a New York or LA, what I'm used to.
Gotcha. I want to travel more. I want to like meet up.
Well, guess what? We're in the middle of a pandemic, so maybe not want that as much.
I'm not saying I'm gonna like go out and cough on a bunch of people, but
the pandemic does not exist in Texas, so just come whenever.
Yeah. Oh, neither does Arkansas. We don't believe in COVID here. If you can see past all the Trump signs, you'll see the next sign that says COVID is a hoax.
I feel like Arkansas is like even more intense than Texas, like by multiple factors.
Oh, it's rough. It's rough. No one believes in it here for some reason. It's just it's not real.
Yeah, see, Texas is like it's not as crazy in that it's like there's an awareness and but people just make the deliberate decision of like, hey, I got to live my life, So
yeah.
But it's not like they're well, I'm like trying to be careful what I say, but
No, you're on Genius Bar. There's no reason to be careful what you say.
It's okay. John has called me what did you call me? A dirty lib on a previous episode? Oh,
I
no,
think
you called me Sammy the Lefty, I think.
I probably did. That sounds like something I would say. A dirty lib.
No, you called me.
Fun.
That was good because you were talking about the Apple antitrust.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Great time.
None of them
Well, guys,
care about that, yeah.
Is that it, Sam?
Let's all. This makes me just want to do Genius Bar in person. Like that'd be so fun.
That'd be fun. Come visit Fort Worth, Texas. We can do an in real
Fort
life
Worth?
one.
Why do we have to go there?
Dude, I'll fly to Fort Worth.
Because come to me. It's easier for me.
Dude, I'll go. I'm not.
I'll be on like a monthly. I'll be like a monthly feature.
Okay, that's
That would
fine.
be so
Come to
fun.
me.
Dude, we got Luke Miani. We can start like trading people out.
Let's go, guys.
Especially since, like, dude, we're two white guys, like, on the podcast. We
Throw a
need a
white
Sara
woman in there.
Dietschy. Yeah.
Yeah.
only like one ring worse.
Yeah. But hey, that's
better.
progress, and that's what we're here for,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah.
Progress.
One step at a
Genius
time.
Bar. Yeah. No, it's cool. Yeah, tell all your Whammon friends that they should come on.
She will not.
Justine-
She'll be like, listen,
Justine
if you
doesn't
ever get
follow
an
me.
invite to Genius Bar, do not go. They do the ads while you sit there.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna roast you guys on Twitter.
That's fine.
She's like, they talk over you, they mansplain. This shit sucks.
All right.
Yeah.
Sarah, thank you so
Well,
much for coming
thank
on
you.
on our stupid show.
It was fun, guys. Hopefully my audio recorded the entire time.
Oh, it's okay if
You
it did.
sounded good. Yeah. No, thank you, Sarah. You're awesome. Follow her at Sara Dietschy on Twitter. Send her money at saradietschy.ef. What was it? .eth. Yeah. We'll give
Thank
her,
you
we'll
to Sarah's
send
sponsor,
you-
Squarespace. Thank you,
Yep.
Squarespace.
Squarespace.com/Sara Dietschy.
We should send Sarah an NFT for being on the show.
Please do. Oh, I actually have an actual cool. This is just me plugging again, but I made. Hold on, guys.
Do it. That's your spot. You can plug
This
anything
is the
you
only
want.
merch I've ever made that I'm actually proud of.
Okay, let's see it.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna show.
Yeah. So it's literally AirPod Peach cases.
Bro,
That's
that's
really
so cool.
Isn't that cool? And it says like "Stay Peachy" on the back.
Where do we get those? Tell us where we get them.
Peachymerch.com, guys. Moment helped me make them, so it's also on shopmoment.com, I think.
Oh, that's really cool too. See?
Yeah.
I was telling you, Sam, we need a collab.
Yeah, because they're
yeah.
fuzzy, so it's like fuzzy like a peach.
really
I love
cool.
them. I don't know.
Sarah,
So I'm
we've
just
been
plugging
working
away.
on. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Tell me what you've been working on. What are you
I
guys
was just gonna say
excited?
we've been working on. Well, we did our first merch drop. We did something called the Genius Cloth a couple months ago, which was a
Smart.
life-size apple polishing cloth.
Smart.
It's just a blanket. It was really fun. And they sold pretty well. Like it was
Good.
nice. We were able to be profitable on that one. The problem we're coming into now is like we want to make, without giving it away, we want to make some other things that are very cool.
Yeah,
And like
it's hard.
products are really
Physical
hard.
products are difficult. And in my mind, it's like more a brand play than anything. You know, I just want people to be excited and rep, whatever you have going on. It's like it's never going to be like a main source of income, but it's just that's why it's like if I do it, I want to go like all out. It needs to be something that people hold and they're like stoked about. So it's like
Yeah,
starting
exactly.
with that perspective is healthy. And then
Yes.
and then it just snowballs, I mean, like look at LTT, like how many things they make, and it's obviously now grown into a huge part of their business. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
It's-
myself one of those AirPods cases.
We've been working on stuff and it's hard. Yeah. That's so cool. I thought it was just like a limited drop. So are they just like available indefinitely?
So it is, but with supply chain issues, we do have a limited amount, but it's been so delayed that
Gotcha.
I've literally started to just like stop mentioning it because it's like the AirPod Pros and the normal like dental floss size AirPods, like those were available immediately. And I think there's still some available that you can get now. But the people who, just got their AirPod 3s is what these are. Because
that's
those
cool.
came out at a later date, they're like stuck in a boat coming from China.
Oh,
So
good.
it's just, it's extremely annoying
gotcha.
to have to like wait for that. And it like kind of like takes out like takes away the hype, which is like such a bummer. And we made like Apple Watch bands and those are stuck. So it's like the AirPod Pros and the AirPod 2nd gen and 1st gen cases are like available immediately. They'll like ship in 3 days. So yeah, you learn a lot when you do it too. Cause after that I was like, I no longer, because usually you're like, oh yeah, they're on their way and they're good. Like they told us they'll be here in a week. And so you launch everything, you think you're good. But we're just like living in a the new normal world where that doesn't happen. So physical products are hard. So yeah, I'm working on actually some like really cool like Apple accessories for like iPads and stuff. That's like an entirely new brand, which is really exciting.
That's super cool.
That's hype.
And so yeah, I'm super. I'll send you guys some stuff when it's.
I was just gonna say I'm trying to learn as much as I can.
Yeah, so I'm extremely excited. It's like an iPad stand that I've needed in my life, and like still no one makes it.
Oh hell yeah, that's so cute.
I was literally like, I don't care what deadlines, like I'm working with Moment. Again, I'm like, I don't care about any deadlines you have. If we don't have the product, I don't want to launch it. Like it needs to be in people's hands.
Which is fair.
It's just so it's hard to deal with kind of like the physicalities of the world right now. But it's something special when you can like hold something you made in your hands. It's unlike anything else, I feel like.
I totally agree.
John, has anyone ever told you that you sound like another tech YouTuber?
What does that even mean? Go ahead.
Like the way you talk, it's not necessarily like the sound of your voice, but
like
kind of how the cadence.
Okay,
Sam,
who do I sound like?
Guess who I'm talking about.
Talk, John.
Well, now I don't know how to talk normally. Now I feel like I'm trying to cover up the fact that I talk like somebody else.
I've never thought
Who do I
about
talk
this.
like?
I don't know why it just came to me, but Lou from Unbox Therapy.
No, I don't want to be Lou.
I think
I might a little bit. I actually, Sarah, that is not the first time I've been told that. I've seen comments where like, you sound like Lou from Unbox Therapy.
Yeah.
I've seen that. But I just thought it was such a, like I didn't take it seriously until you said it. And I'm like, okay, maybe I sound a little bit like Lou.
Dude, let's get Lou on the show and do a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah, I'm sure he would fucking love that.
Yeah, as I recall, you talked about a certain case.
Okay, so maybe I do dabble in the drama a little bit, Sarah. I will admit, maybe I dabble a little bit.
I'm like, yeah, fair.
The fact that even Sarah knows what remembers that situation, that's how you know it's not good.
But I'm on Twitter all the time, so I'm very culturally in this space. I have a pocket of knowledge that serves me in no way besides going on people's podcasts. So,
have you ever seen an iUpdate intro?
Good.
It's good. I'm glad you don't watch the videos. That's
Sam's intros are.
I see your videos. I watched your iPhone 13 like day in the life or something. I think that's what I followed you on.
There was no goofy ass intro, Sam.
No, that was a serious video.
Yeah,
if you ever want to see my actual content, just click on like a random Apple News video. Yeah, those are like the special videos where like I slightly try.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that one.
I was happy with that one.
Didn't you just ride? Didn't you ride in on like a boosted board for this last video?
That was dude, I was happy. I was proud of this intro, and then the bloopers I did as well, which were really fun.
Nice. Casey Neistat copycat. That's what I got a lot.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad they're out of business. We ain't copying shit now.
Oh yeah, they are. They are done, huh? That's it. No more boosted boards.
Nope.
No. They sold their patents and stuff to Lime Scooter, and then the other boards went to you can go to boostedusa.com and buy like the remaining stock. They bought all their stock, and I think they're finally like starting to run out a couple of years later. But no, I've got my boosted board still amazing.
Yeah, same. I love them.
Not amazing enough, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they just Yeah.
All right, guys.
That's it. Well, thank you. This is a 2-hour episode. The audience is gonna love it.
Yeah, I get anxious every time the duration goes up because like, oh man, people aren't gonna want to watch. But every time people see 2 hours on that timestamp, they lose their minds.
I think we covered a lot of great things.
Everything. You're welcome, audience.
Yeah.
Thanks,
thank
audience.
you to Sara Dietschy.
And
we
thanks, Sarah
appreciate you, Sarah.
Yep,
we love you.
Guys.
We appreciate you coming on and being flexible. And
of course, I'm sorry,
we'll see
John, that you had that incident.
It's okay.
Well,
We
yeah.
don't talk about it.
Sarah was
mishap
delayed
is
by a
what I
day
called
because
it.
John poo-pooed his pants.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
dog, Sam, what if I told you yesterday and just instead of calling it a mishap and you had to tell her?
Oh man!
Like, hey, this is why
I'm
it's
glad.
delayed.
I'm glad that I was not privy to that information yesterday.
Okay. All right, guys.
Hey,
well,
hey, Sara
on that
Dietschy,
note-
my co-host unfortunately shit his pants. This happens sometimes. We'll have to reschedule for tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
and not like, not ironically shit his pants, like for real.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever ironic? You've been like, oh, this will be funny.
Well, no. Like sometimes you're
Just
like,
a dump truck.
like you fart, like, oh, I shit my pants, ha ha ha. But no, this is real life emergency situation.
emergency.
Like you think it's fun, you think it's funny to make those jokes, but when you are an adult and it happens miles
get
away
it.
from an
Yeah.
accessible toilet or any way to clean yourself, it is emergency situation.
Yeah.
That is
not
what we
right.
would call a mishap. Okay, I think I used the correct term.
Yeah. No, it was an honor, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for hanging us for 2 hours.
I'm just
on
sorry
your
that you had
night.
to put up with us for this long.
No, this was fun. It's
Okay,
like
then you're invited back on next week.
Good. All right, having me back. This was I haven't done my podcast in like almost an entire year. So coming on other people's is just it just feels like zero pressure. It's awesome. I
Does it
love
give you the itch?
Yeah.
Do you want to start your podcast again?
Yeah. But I'm doing it in a way that's like more YouTube show first.
Okay.
So hopefully
I'm excited.
yeah. So that creative life, if you guys are curious. But yeah,
Okay.
I'll have you guys come on for I'm doing more of like, oh, well, hey, I'm stepping into your territory, John. I'm doing a little bit more news, but it'll be more of since my main channel is like all tech, it'll be more living that creative life, talking about anything from finances to what's going on in the creative world
NFTs.
other than tech, just behind the scenes stuff and being a millennial
cool.
and like buying your first house and stuff that hopefully will like help people and will be entertaining. So
Well, check out that creative life and stay tuned for more, guys.
subscribe to Genius Bar.
Don't
Subscribe.
do that. Don't
We
listen to
gotta-
her.
We're gonna take that. I'm gonna clip that as a soundbite. I got it, John. Remember?
Yeah, just Sara Dietschy saying that. Subscribe to
And-
Genius
and-
Bar. Look,
yeah,
she's
so-
like the format of that video of her in the center looks like a TikTok or a YouTube short. So we'll just post it like that, and it looks like she just did that. Okay, Sam, we're done. We're done. Can we turn off his sounds? Hang on, I think I can mute him. Okay, he's muted. All right, Sarah, thank you for coming on the show. We really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Bye,
He's
guys.
still going. Okay, bye, Sam. We love you, Sam. Bye, Sam. Okay, goodbye, everybody. I
see you
promise
guys
I'll make this
later.
stop.